But very quickly, our purpose is delivering positive energy. It's just not to be fun and nice to have. It's really what brings us together. And this is everybody. This is for everybody. And everybody has a role here. And the big question to ask yourself, and it's now a 1-minute reflection. If we take the last town hall, which was in June, what did you do to bring positive energy every day at work and, by the way, in your life? Because we are holistic people. Just think about few accomplishments for yourself that you can just make a big applause to yourself inside. Because I know a lot of good things are happening here in HR. I know we have a lot of things to do. But the only way to do well what we have to do in the future is to get the energy from what we've been doing well in the past. And I know everybody is so busy. You should see me in the day. I always like, how are you? I'm busy. I know we are all so busy. By the way, we'll speak about that in the town hall. We need to find ways to get more time, to get more space. And with Erin, with Margaret, with the team here and Agatha, we know that there are some room to make, and we want to help you to do that. Okay, it seems that everybody's got a lot of great accomplishments. So to put us in the positive energy, does it work, the next one, or? We have a lot of videos, so we'll be agile. Oh, here we are. Where are we, Jen? Come to see me. A big applause for Jen, who got married in Africa here. So when Jen came back from Africa, she showed me this video. I was like, oh my God, would you be okay to share that at the town hall? Hopefully we will have some sound. If not, then you'll have to share that with everybody. So can you tell us more about where it is happening? And
yeah, so this is my a video from my wedding in Kenya. So you'll notice lots of color. So there's lots of energy, lots of music, dancing. Wasn't sure which video you're going to get. This one is music and dancing, but there's also, if anybody's interested, also lots of chanting and dancing. And so lots of positivity. One of the things that I always appreciate whenever I get an opportunity to go back to Africa is that the people, they don't have a lot, but it doesn't change their spirit. And so, what matters to them is being with other people, and they, celebrate each other. And so, when Veronique asked to share the video, I thought it was just a good thing to share with everyone. So go ahead. Don't make fun of my dancing or lack thereof. This is why I never do one of the... Everybody speaks Swahili. There's about 200, 250. His dad started telling people it was a birthday party, so they didn't come. That's my favorite. That's called Vigalele when they do that.
Thank you. And thank you. That's a great way to anchor ourselves. So if at some point you come in the office and, we are human beings. So sometimes we arrive in the morning and we are, depending on the night, and the morning you just feel good or less good. That's part of life, We just remember this kind of video here. Because sometimes just a little thing can make you just switch. And as Jen was saying, it's really a matter of not, how much you have, how it's just who you are. And it's all about being. And I always say, we are in life like human doing, but we are human being. And we'll spoke more about that because the whole breakthrough thing that we're doing here at UGI, it's all about going back to the being to do a great doing, to do an inspired doing. And that's good for your life, but that's good also at work. So thank you so much for that. So now we'll go to the safety moment, and I'm very, very happy to have our procurement friend over there. Becky was with us last June, and she shared about the power of empathy, and we loved it so much that we say, okay, would you be ready to share that with the world, actually? Because we are very proud to have such authenticity here in UGI. Would you be ready to share your stories? And I don't know how many of you saw this video, which was posted on LinkedIn, but I really wanted to start with that, so to put us back in the last town hall and see what we did out of that. So hopefully the video will work.
Empathy has always been a superpower for me.
Here we are.
It's taking that and using it in a way that I can actually work with people to help them overcome whatever it is that they need to overcome. My name is Becky Banks. I am the operational procurement manager for the procurement teams at both UGI Energy Services and Utilities. For years, I was spiraling in this negative world of sadness. I started trying to see what I needed to do for myself to help me get through this, what areas of my life I needed to strengthen. After that, I was able to start healing. I have 2 daughters. I've had times where I needed to say, I don't care what you say to me, I'm never going to stop loving you. That use of empathy is remarkably strong. With all of this work that I've done for myself, for my kids, I thought it would be perfect to share that message with a larger group. I actually started having individuals come to me to be able to have honest conversations with others and help them through their own frustrations and sadness was so wonderful. Going through a mental health situation requires being able to see yourself and being able to understand that you own your own emotions. As you find yourself in an unhappy place, do something. You don't have to stay there. There are great people out there who can help.
Wow.
I'm very happy we shared that here because we spoke about mental health, and I really see those town hall with 2 objectives. It's just to reconnect together and reconnect to ourselves. We don't take a lot of time to do that in life, and I know, again, everybody is busy, but that's really intentional what we're doing here. And we also want to give you some information, and I'll share my goals for the year in a few minutes. But before, we have an official safety moment from procurement again. You're leading the way here. Hey! Oh, yes. Sorry. So Brittany just sent the slide, and I was like, I love that. Would you come to the town hall? And that's here. Here we are.
Hi, thank you. My name is Brittany Bonagora. I work in the corporate services procurement team under Dawn Grolman. And as some of our internal exercises when we meet as our tiny team of like 4, we do little safety moments. So I had shared this one with the team on energy versus time management because I found that to be very interesting since we're all extremely busy. So you can switch the slide. I don't know who's on the slides. Thank you. All right, so the shift from hours to energy. So we've all had those work days where you've worked 10 plus hours a day and you feel like you got absolutely nothing accomplished. But you've had those days where in a 6-hour span, you feel like you moved mountains. The difference is time, or the difference isn't time, it's energy. So while time is fixed at 24 hours, energy is renewable and expandable. Research shows that after 50 hours a week, productivity decreases. The solution isn't to work more hours, it's to work with better energy. You can switch the slide. All right, so there are 4 types of energy. There's physical, mental, spiritual, and emotional. So starting with your physical, this is your foundation. So making sure you're getting enough sleep at night, 7 to 9 hours is the recommended. I know that can be a lot, but definitely trying to get those hours in. Your ultradian rhythm works in 90-minute work sprints. So trying to align your day with that will help you. Your nutrition, making sure you're eating a well-balanced diet and meals. And movement, just having a 2-minute walk can boost your focus for 2 hours. Getting up and dancing like we just did or shaking around and stretching is always good too.
We love that.
Your mental is your focus power. So tasks task switching can reduce your productivity. So this is, you're in meetings and then you have time in between. So you're constantly trying to get things done. So what you really need to do is just make sure that as you're switching tasks, you're being mindful and being very intentional about what you're doing throughout your day. Deep work requires high energy. So you need to make sure that you're making that time during those high energy times of day for yourself. Your spirituals, this is your purpose drive. So why do you wake up and come to work every single day? Making sure that you feel meaningful and fulfilled in what you do and that you're happy will go a long way. And your emotional, this is your fuel quality. So your positive emotions. So making sure that you're delivering positive energy every single day.
Here we are.
It's extremely contagious as well. I mean, just standing up here talking about my energy and being excited and coming to work happy just made me a little more energetic. So definitely putting that into your day can help. Next slide. Thank you. All right, so there are some energy renewal methods. So there's micro and then there's power renewals. Your micro renewals are your 30 seconds to 5 minutes of just deep breathing in between meetings. I think some of us naturally just do that sometimes. But if you're taking your time to just reset, recharge, on to the next one, taking a quick walk to the break room, grab a coffee, come down and use the micro market and get a snack. And then just taking a pause for gratitude. Make sure you're telling yourself you're doing a wonderful job because you're all doing a wonderful job and you need to remind yourselves of that. And then your power renewals are your longer breaks. So that means, walking away from your desk to have lunch, come down to the cafeteria or go to the little sections with those nice little chairs that they have that look out on the highway. It can be kind of relaxing just to watch the cars. Or take a walking meeting. Sometimes you have one-on-ones and maybe you don't need to use your laptop or you don't need to use your computer. Maybe you can walk outside. I know Mickey has that walkie-talkie club on Wednesdays. That'd be a great time to meet up with other coworkers and just walk and talk and, get outside, get some fresh air. That can always re-energize you. Or, get into meditation and mindfulness. That can be a little hard in an office, but it's okay if you sit there with your eyes closed.
It's totally okay.
Yes. Sometimes I'm up on the second floor and the lights go out and it's like, oh, what a perfect time to just reset and recharge. But studies show that just a 15-minute renewal can yield 2 hours of quality output. All right. Next slide. So how can you insert this into your everyday life? So first off, you want to start with an energy audit. So this just means tracking your week. Look at every day because every day is going to be a little different. Mondays are going to be different than your Wednesdays, and track when your high energy levels are and when your low energy levels are. Then take time to make sure you're matching those tasks to the energy. So if you have high energy from, say, 9 to 11, make sure that's the time that you're setting up to do your complex problems and your tasks. And then for your lower energy, you want to plan. So say at the end of the day, 4 to 5, you're like, oh, I'm really dragging today. Take your time to plan for the next day and, do some reading. Maybe this is your time to use LinkedIn Learning. And then you want to build a ritual. You don't want to start off with a whole new routine and you're a whole new person the next day. You want to build on just one little ritual each week. So that could be starting with, I'm going to make sure that from every day from 10 to 10:15, I get up and I walk around. I say hello to people. I grab a coffee and I reset. Or that could just be starting a new routine in the morning. So maybe instead of grabbing that cup of coffee first thing when you wake up, you grab some water. Something like that can really switch up your life and just give you so much more energy. So thank you so much for inviting me to share this.
Thank you. It's so inspiring and so related to our purpose. And it's what I love in what you're sharing. It's so practical. I never thought about doing an audit on myself, but yeah, that's the thing. And I don't know if it happens to you, but we are. It's true for everybody. But think about that. We are HR. We're taking care of people in the company. And sometimes I'm so busy that I'm seeing myself saying, okay, I'm going to this meeting. I hope I won't meet anybody because I don't have time to say hello. And I'm like, no, just reset, Veronique. You're the HR here. Maybe you'll be 5 minutes late. But so we are starting to have some conversations saying, okay, maybe we should all lead that. So instead of having 1 hour meeting, we do 45 meeting and we keep these 15 minutes for a break. And that seems like, oh my God, so small things. And no. Everything starts with us here, and especially with us HR people. And you know how it's important for me that we lead and we work by example because we take care of people. So you just can't give advice to people if you don't do it for yourself. This is Gandhi who was saying that before, a long time ago, but that's really what I believe in. So thanks for being so inspiring, and we are very happy to have you here. Okay, so let's move now to think about the year, because, oh, no, to just give some big applause. Of course, we love to start the town hall with job anniversaries and newcomers. Let's have a look at the first slide here. So I hope you see all of the names. I won't read all of the names, but we have a lot of job anniversaries, 1, 2, 3, and 5. If you see your name on the slide, please stand up and do the same on the screen here. Do we have somebody in the room there? No? Yeah, we have Nick. Big applause. Second one. 10, 15, 30, and 35. Do we have Steve online here? And Phyllis, 30 and 35? Okay, let's do a big applause, even if you're not here. That's so impressive here. Last but not least, because we love being a team here, but we love also to welcome people from outside. All of our newcomers. Who is there? Ali is not here. No, she's not here today. Okay, but big applause for everybody. If you're on screen, welcome to... Oh, Meredith, I didn't... Yeah, and you... Yeah. and you'll come to see me in a minute so we can chit chat and get to know you more, Meredith. Okay, so let's move to the goal of the year, because... Okay, so let me tell you the story here. I can't believe it. So, of course, this is the time to do our goals, and I really wanted to share my goals with you, because, of course, if you know my goal, then, of course, you know how you are in the picture here, and we all work together for the same objectives. So I tell Stacy is not here today. I said, Stacy, can you just take my goals and put them in slides? And yesterday we were at Gap with the team, and yesterday evening I saw that. I was like, oh my God. So I loved it. There's only one thing I would have had if we had that time, but that's okay. I would have put a lot of bicycles behind me, because if I'm on my own, we will never achieve anything. That's a team spirit. So next time I will add all of you on little bikes. You see that's written there, delivering positive energy. And I have got a very good personal news for you. And I will show that to you when I've got it. I just bought a car, and I was in the States, and I was like, if you're really American, you have to buy this big truck. And I was like, no, you can't. No, it's not you. And I bought this little Fiat 500 with a yellow color. Can you believe it? So soon you will see that on the parking, and I will share it with everybody. Okay, so what are our goals for FY26? Let's go to the next slide. So the first one is about becoming a breakthrough company. You've heard about breakthrough. We have a specific section with some of you have been trained on breakthrough. Not all of you, but you will see that we have a very comprehensive plan, and we even have some specialists on breakthrough, and a lot of you are in the room. So Christine will speak about that. That's a very important one. And again, I won't say that enough. Leading and working by example. If we are the one with HR and Comm to lead the breakthrough at UGI, we of course need to live it and be a breakthrough team. And it takes a lot to be a breakthrough team. So let's take that as a journey together. And the main idea, there are a lot of things in breakthrough, is your thinking, drive your action, and drive the results. So if we want different results, that Albert Einstein was saying that, it's not me, we have to change our thinking. Seems very easy, it's very difficult. We are so anchored in our thinking, and if we stay in a robot and automatic mode, going from one meeting to another and not having time to think, we can't change our thinking. And the first very important thinking is the thinking on ourselves. Because if you think that you're good and you will be able to do it, you will do it. If you think that you're bad and you won't do it. That's very simple. So that's why I want this town hall to really give you a lot of inspiration. Everybody can do it. We are a great team. And if you don't know how to do it, somebody in the team will know how to do it. This is what we call interdependence in breakthrough. So we'll speak more about that. So that's the first goal. That's a very important one. We started the journey and we are really there. The second one is, of course, about the talent pipeline and the development of people. We started a very good job, with Margaret and the team, to frame what is how we want to work on talent and how we want to build succession plan for everybody. We started at the top of the company, and now we are cascading. And that requires a great partnership. And we had a great pilot with procurement. And Becky and Bryn were here at the BET sharing about this pilot. Very inspiring. We now need to take the time to do that for everybody and cascade. And I always tell, for me, when we have, because that's huge initiative, we're just rebuilding everything. Take it easy, but keep the momentum. That's always what we have to keep in mind. And it's a lot about learning also. We had very good feedback about the people leaders. I know some of you in the room were trained in the people leader training, really good feedbacks. And I'll speak more about that, we also have an objective this year to make sure that everybody in the company, us included, are trained on process reengineering and PMO. Because we know the best way to work is to work in project mode and to review all of our processes in a very detail, like how can we be more efficient to save time and have space to think and change our thinking and make this company an amazing company. That's the whole game here. So that's the second goal. The third goal is a kind of personal one, but I wanted to share that with you. It's really bring my experience on the field. If I reflect on my first, little bit more than 1 year here, I spent a lot of time at corporate because, we had to review everything and a lot of things together. But if you think about our company, everything is happening on the field. I mean, if we don't have the drivers, that all of the people who are making the difference every day. And I want to see them for two reasons. And I went to Phoenix in the summer. It makes a huge thing. They're like, who are you? I'm like, I'm kind of over there doing HR. Oh, great. So glad that you're coming here. So it's just being there, just give them a lot of gratitude, and I thank them for their work. And then I listen to them. So then I can really see that what we're doing and we are really pushing from the top, how does it land on the ground? And that gives me a lot of ideas just to feed also the strategy. And I really encourage all of you to go on site. That should be really, so of course I'm going to Europe a lot, but I really want to go more. So we are going to Charlotte with Christine and with the team, with Megan and with Meredith in December. And I really want to go to energy services, to utility, really to be there. And I believe into the sandwich approach when you do a change. So you do at the top and you do at the field and then everything, So that's what will happen, the sandwich approach, which would be the third goal. The fourth goal, this is the one which link all of us together. If you think about it, and Bob will come at the end of the town hall to share about his first year and what he's expecting for HR. He already came to speak to us, but he wants to reiterate that with us. We consider that in the first year together with him, we really put the seeds, to change the culture, to really be together. And if you think about, for all of those who were here last year, it's a different company in the spirit. I guess you all agree. Now we have to elevate even more. We have all of the seeds, we have the great energy. This is the year to really break through. The way to do that is to transform everything. And the way I like to say it is, and it's not that we're not doing a good job, but we know that we have areas of improvement everywhere. That's part of life. So how do we really take where we are, each of us analyze, and we'll speak about that when we speak about AI later today, but each of the process that we have and the way we work, and kind of ask ourselves, how can we make that better? And the great news today is we have a lot of tools to make it better. We have AI and we can really have a methodology on process reengineering. So that's what this goal is about. But the end game is not to transform. The end game, because we are HR, is to give each of our UGI employee a smooth and consistent HR experience in this company. And there's already a lot of great things which are done. There are more that we can do. And that's this goal here. And Erin and Margaret will speak more about that at the end of the conversation. Last but not least, leading by example, of course, we are cascading the talent reviews. I want to do it for HR. And we will be spending some time to make sure that we can spend some time as a HRLT to speak about you, to speak about your career, to see what are your aspirations, and how we can give you a great journey within HR or outside of HR in the company. So that's the fifth goal. Good. So a lot of things to do. I was waiting for a big applause here. But that's, I hope you're getting inspired. There's a lot of things to do. And there's two ways to look at it. It's like, oh my God, it's too much. change the thinking. Oh my God, we'll achieve that together. That's how we will do that. Good. So now it's time for Meredith. You are one of our new employees to come here. Hey, hey. So Meredith is one of my colleagues at the BET. So Meredith just joined 3 months ago. Who is Meredith Moore? We were like, okay, let's put some suspense here. Ta-da-da. So you joined halftime 3 months ago, and you officially joined
maybe 2 or 3 weeks.
2 or 3 weeks ago, you know. I know, like, what we decided with Meredith is we will keep our town hall together, because HR and Comm are so working together that it makes a lot of sense. And maybe the first thing is, can you tell us more about you, Meredith?
Sure. So what can I say? I live in New Jersey, and I hey, yeah, sure. And I have been in communications and marketing for about 25 years, I guess, mostly in the energy sector. But I was spent many years at NRG, the electricity company, and then started consulting for about, I guess, 12 years. And I had planned to just continue consulting. I had clients, and a lot of clients in Houston and all over, and didn't plan to become an employee ever again. Honestly, I had no interest in it. I really enjoyed my consulting, but I had known Bob from NRG years ago, Bob Flexen, and Michael Bernstein. Yes.
Yes, I see him on screen, Mike.
Oh, is he there? Oh, he went off. Anyway, yeah, Michael Bernstein. He's a treasure. So, we were much younger then. So, anyway, but Bob came here, and I know we had worked together at some very interesting times, building a company that had gone through Chapter 11 and rebuilding it. And so just kind of that whole process of bringing in so many new people, trying to get them to really believe in the company despite difficult times, and just seeing the magic of that. It's like hard work, but you can really make a difference in a company that's in transition. So he said, oh, are you interested? I'd love to have you come meet people. And I'm like, no, I'm not. He said, well, can you please come and meet Veronique and learn more about the company? So it came down and visited. And everyone was so friendly here in the hallway. And Veronique really set out the challenges and opportunities here. And I said, okay, well, let me think about it. Let me consult a little bit and see how I can help and see how it might work. And then I did Breakthrough was the first day that I got here. So I thought that after the first day, I was like running for the hills. I was like, oh my gosh, everyone is so sad here, blah, 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 And then, but I really was drawn to the people. Like, the people are fantastic here. So and then, you go through the breakthrough process and you kind of come back together. And I saw that spirit of people kind of rekindling that spirit of hope when there had been this hopelessness and frustration and sadness, really. And just seeing people kind of sharing themselves and seeing the resilience and the desire to really do better. And that just was completely attractive to me to try to be a part of that, because I think that HR and comms play such a huge role in setting the culture, setting the, making UGI, this company that was just a holding company. It was just a few people just, years ago, has been through so much transition, and helping the company really, kind of grow up, become an entity that all of our wonderful companies want to be a part of. This is an umbrella for a lot of really powerful, fully functioning, beautiful companies. And I think that HR and comms can work together to really make UGI an entity that people all want to be a part of, that we want to really really know our colleagues and friends in other companies. So I think Comm's playing a role. I think some, Ali Santos, who's not here today, she had a family funeral, but she's new and she did that video with Becky, so she's helping to tell some of the stories. So I think there's just so much potential here, and I'm just so thankful that everyone has been so generous with their time and their stories and their spirit. So I appreciate it. So
Very
a little bit about my
inspiring.
professional
Yeah,
journey.
yeah. Thank you. And speaking about people, speaking about impact, I'm sure it resonates with everybody. And I feel the room, and I see everybody here on the screen. Of course, that's why we're here, actually. So, because the title is "Who is Meredith Moore?" I want to ask you about personal, like any passion that you have in life, and we'll speak about passion soon with Vinci. But
Sure. Yes. Well, I love volunteering. I was very fortunate to have parents who always believed in volunteering. So I volunteer on a lot of boards locally, land conservation, the library, the shade tree committee, like all these things. So I really believe in making time to give back to your community. It's so important, and it really gives you more than it gives anyone else. So I definitely support that. And I like working on corporate giving days and things like that. So hopefully we can activate some of that here. I love reading. I grew up, my father was a publisher in New York City. We lived in Connecticut, so he commuted into New York. But at our house, we did not have, like, I know nothing about football. I know nothing about, I knew baseball because we
so
liked
big
the Mets.
here.
But, yeah. But so I have a little gap in my sports knowledge, which this company is filling because this is a big Philly team here. So
Oh my God, I still can't believe it.
but I love books. I love gardening. I love dogs. I mean, our team has such what a wonderful team, by the way. I've been so lucky to have such a core, tiny, very strong, lovely, agile group of people there. So I'm, cheers to them.
Yeah, close to the.
So, and they all have wonderful dogs too. And so yeah, so I would say that's it. But, and my father is 94 years old, and I spend a lot of time trying to keep him independent. So I spend a lot of my time lining up drivers and activities to keep him happy because he's 94 and I want him to be happy.
Wow.
Like 5 years left. So
Wow, thanks for sharing this, Meredith. And just last but not least, so we'll be running the stand hall together, and really happy about that. You will share your goals next time, so because it will be important that we see also, and we get into it. It's so related to each other. There's a big event which is happening in August. The cycling. Can you speak? Because you saw me on my bicycle, but there's
oh, really?
there's an inspiration from there. So can you just speak about it?
Sure. So the Philadelphia Cycling Classic is coming back thanks to the passion. Yeah. Is coming back thanks to a lot of passion on some local folks who are really true believers and have worked for a long time. And then AmeriGas and UGI are the title sponsor. It is the Saturday before Labor Day weekend, so a week ahead of time in August. It's going to be a major tourism event for Philadelphia. It was a real classic. It kind of goes from Logan Square downtown all the way out through Manayunk, up the wall, and back. So we expect it to be a huge event to raise awareness about AmeriGas. I think some of the goals for the sponsorship really are getting people to take another look at AmeriGas. I mean, this company is being transformed by all of us, and a lot of people have had a great experience. Those who haven't, it's an opportunity to really take another look. And but also with it, I think, is an opportunity to do a lot of employee engagement. So whether it's contests or entertainment or volunteer, doing a cleanup of the course route, whatever it may be, I think there's a real opportunity to build some spirit and teamwork. So I
Yeah, no, that's, I don't know if you knew, but I'm glad that we can share that with everybody. And we had crazy ideas. So if you have any crazy idea, you share it with Meredith also. But I was like, there's a lot of things about this company, like being proud of, and you spoke about it. Like, I feel privileged to be here. And I was like, maybe we should have like some caps with delivering positive energy, and everybody would know that we are part of the company and we are there like, okay, so we're getting crazy. If you have any ideas, that will be a huge one. Margaret, you have a question?
It is. And the event actually went dormant 10 years ago. So it used to be this big thing.
Can you repeat the
Nick
question,
has.
please?
Oh, and Aaron. Oh, well,
Oh, yes, you know the race. Yeah.
talk about it a little bit.
I was just gonna say, anyone else been to it? Yes, Becky's. Okay, so there's a few, but it's an incredible event in the city. So if you imagine Philadelphia, and I'll just come up here because
Yeah, come here so people can see you on the screen.
But just to be brief, it's the whole city rallies around it. Pretty much the whole city shuts down because the loop goes through, all the way out to Fairmount Park. Is that still the same?
Yes.
And you go downtown and it's a 4-hour event if you think about just the cycling. But the city just has people everywhere. And so to your point around volunteers and just the community, it's a huge thing. I used to live in Manayunk 20 years ago. So I had the privilege of literally living sort of on the track, which is so much fun. So, when people are starting to talk and hear more about it, I wish we couldn't find videos to see what it was actually like 10 years ago. But you all, I think it's going to be Mickey and I talk about this. It's going to be so much fun for people just to get involved in so many different ways. So it's great to see it happen. It's great to be a part of it as UGI. And to your point, from a branding perspective, huge opportunity. So really cool.
Thank you so much,
Thank you
Erin.
for setting the stage.
And
Aaron.
big applause here. And I see some French people on the screen. I see Elodie, I see Natalie with your Eiffel Tower, I see Estelle. Just so you know, in France, you know that we have Tour de France, which is a cycling event, and Antargaz was the sponsor for like 20 years or so. We just decided a few years ago we would stop as a sponsor, but that's connecting so well. So.
Yeah. And Jess Morris and the AmeriGas team they're just coming up with amazingly phenomenal ideas to activate this. So it'll be a real team effort, and you'll hear more to come. So, yeah.
Opportunities for us employees to volunteer at the event?
So, yeah, the question was, will there be opportunities for employees to volunteer at the event? And I do believe we will be able to do that. I
Yes.
think that's part of the plan. We just had our kickoff meeting this week with the race partners who are doing the race, and some of the other people involved, like
And the mayor of Philadelphia.
former Mayor Nutter was here, and he's a real champion. He's always very big on making sure that AmeriGas is going to get the benefit. But yes, volunteering opportunities were part of the equation as we were talking. So more to come.
Great.
Yeah.
So now you know Meredith more, a little bit more. Welcome again, Meredith. Very happy to have you here.
Someone else coming down?
So now we'll speak about breakthrough with Christine. So some of you have been trained in the room, some not, some of you are specialists, but it's very important that everybody get to know what we're speaking about here.
Hi, everyone. Christine Doherty, Director of Organizational Development. Yeah, and Veronique and Meredith did a good job of setting us up already. I will say, though, breakthrough is not sad. I don't want to leave you all with that thought. Breakthrough is truly an activator of positive energy. And there is a healing aspect of it, which I think that's kind of the reference point for kind of the emotions that folks who have been through the training might have experienced. So with that, I want to tell you a little bit about what we've done so far, a little bit more about what Breakthrough is, in addition to what Veronique and Meredith have shared, and where we're going this year with it. So some of you have been exposed a little bit, some of you have been exposed a lot, and if you haven't yet, you will be very, very soon over the coming year. We're doing a lot. So first of all, what is Breakthrough and what is a breakthrough culture? So for me, Breakthrough is around two things. Number one is what Veronique referenced of, it's a practice of examining your thinking, finding opportunities to think differently, and thinking differently together. And then the second aspect of it is a focus on creating an environment in the company where breakthrough thinking can happen so that we can achieve extraordinary outcomes. And that's what the visual of this tree is really all about. In business, we often have a hyper focus on what we produce. That's what those apples on the tree are. But what breakthrough is really about is focusing on the environment that causes us to produce those apples or the fruit or the outcomes of what we do. So it's about, the soil that the tree grows in. It's the environment, it's the air, it's the nutrients, it's, the weather, the water. We can go on and on and on about things that create growth. And when you look at the root structure underneath the ground of the tree, that's us. That's us working together as an organization. So really excited about what we've done so far. We can go to the next slide. I'll tell you more about that.
You do a good job because we were taught during the specialist training to speak about the tree. So I just want you, to
was my first
recognize.
real
Yeah, that's very good. And when you think about what is in the roots and the soil, it's all of the invisible things that we don't speak about. The fruit are the financial results, but we know that to achieve that, we need to nurture this.
So what we've done so far and how we're carrying that into this year. So long story short, there is a really intense training. It's a 4-day training. It's called the Breakthrough Intensive. To date, over 400 UGI leaders have taken that. And you can kind of see in the triangle how that progression's been. We had sessions. We started with the BET. We started with basically the direct reports of the BET in March. Then we expanded that even further into a couple sessions in May and June. And then at AmeriGas, Mike Sharp has really continued to cascade and expand that. We had another session in September that covered our AmeriGas territory managers and a lot of manager level roles. And we have 2 more planned sessions at AmeriGas in December and March, with the goal being that by the time those sessions are over, all AmeriGas people leaders will have gone through this intensive training, which for those of you who work with AmeriGas know that that's a lot of people and a lot of reach across the country in that business unit. But we're also working in the coming year to do more training opportunities in our other UGI business units and bringing people together for that. And we're going to be doing that through a combination of future intensive sessions, but also training opportunities that don't take 4 full days of everyone's time. And there's a really great breakthrough online course and associated debriefs that we do with that. So we'll be planning that for the year. And then Wendy Laverty has done a fantastic job of incorporating breakthrough into her People Leaders program. So I think we did the first session in the session that Wendy had a couple months ago, or about a month ago now. And then that's going to continue to be involved with all of those opportunities for our UGI People Leaders. Anything you want to add?
Perfect. If you have any questions, just don't hesitate.
Yep. And next slide. So, Veronique mentioned the Breakthrough Specialist. So what was that? About 3 weeks ago, we certified 58 Breakthrough Specialists across all UGI businesses and functions. And that was an even more intense training. That was 5 days. Very long days. We had lots of tests. We had lots of simulations. It was really focused on deep diving into, this breakthrough environment and, what it takes to create it, what it takes to lead it, what it takes to coach others to lead it. And apologies to Becky Banks, because I didn't know we'd have procurement here, but we did have a number of folks across our people and communications team who are now certified breakthrough specialists. And you can see everyone's names here. If you're in the room, if you could just stand up. If you're on the
and
the
Becky
video, you can raise your hand.
Yeah.
Yeah. Congratulations. And we'll be working with the specialist team. They're going to be playing a critical role in doing a number of things, helping to coach our leaders, lead discussions, and really support future training activities and other things we're doing.
Yeah, thanks, Christine. And that means a lot. To be a breakthrough specialist, first of all, and you heard that it was very, very intense. But when I say very, it was like kind of crazy. So I know it was like a breakthrough in itself. A lot of emotions, a lot of learning, a lot of testing, but it means a lot because at the end of the day, all of the breakthrough specialists, and look, we have a lot of people in our team again, because we are HR and Comm, we have a huge role. The first thing that we do as a breakthrough specialist is to stand for a breakthrough environment. which means like anytime somebody will say, we can't, we don't have time, we just open it up. We open the space. Okay, I hear you, but what are the possibilities? Is there anything else we can do? You know, and it's a change of mindset. And of course, we have restriction on budget, we have restriction on people, we don't have time, we don't. Okay, what do we have? We have a great team, we have great energy, we have a great brand, we have So that's standing for a breakthrough environment is the first duty of us as breakthrough specialists, but also for us as HR and Comm.
All right, and let's talk a little bit more about what else we're doing around breakthrough. We've hit a few of these already, but high level, we're focusing on 5 different areas, and we've started some of that already. Number 1 is mobilizing the community of breakthrough leaders that we've built over the past year, and we'll continue to build and add to that community. So we'll be planning a number of events, roughly quarterly, to bring folks together and keep the energy and conversation around breakthrough and how we're applying it going. We talked about the breakthrough specialist team. We're going to be doing a number of things to keep that group connected and to deploy them. And then next year, we're looking to add more breakthrough specialists and train a new wave. So more to come in the future there. The third area we haven't talked much about, and some of you may have participated in this, and if you haven't yet, you likely will later in the year. But there's a diagnostic to measure our breakthrough environment. So we launched the first large-scale diagnostic with a subset of our leaders, and the specialists are going to be involved with debriefing those teams. And then the goal for next year is we're going to expand that diagnostic to likely everyone in the company. So the idea is that we're going to continuously measure our breakthrough environment and be looking for our opportunities to strengthen it and working with our teams and leaders and every employee to help contribute to that. Training, we talked about that. We have some things specifically planned at AmeriGas. We'll be planning more. And communications. Meredith and Patrick and the comms team are doing work to really mobilize a campaign around breakthrough and to really not only spread awareness, but engage and mobilize everyone around that. So.
Thank you, Christine. Any questions from anybody in the room? I'm glad you will have update at every town hall for sure, because that will be the theme of the coming years. Thank you so much, Christine. Very clear. So we are ready to go to Passion Beyond the Office, but just before. I'm tracking the time here. We're good. No, I just wanted to thank all of you. For HR and Comm, and especially HR, the year end is a very, very busy time. So I know I have to change my thinking, but I also see that, it's very, very busy. And I just wanted to make a big applause because you remember when I joined last year, again, I was saying leading by example. If we ask people to do annual appraisal, we have to be the first one on the list being very good there. And we have to make sure that our business partners work well with the COEs. And I really want to make a big applause here because I saw that happening this year, how you all work together to have a really, really amazing year-end process and merit process. We worked together at the BET yesterday. That's one of the accomplishments we spoke about. So really wanted to make a big, big applause to all of us here. Now, Mr. Vince, come with me here. So, for those who are not in Valley Forge, we have an artist here in our team. You remember last time we were with Gail, and I was like, okay, any artist in the room? And of course, everybody knew Vince. I was like, oh my God. And we have Thanksgiving coming, and Thanksgiving for the European people, you know what it is. For me, it's amazing. It's a lot about gratitude. I love what you're doing here. And we had these ideas like, oh, why don't we do a tree? We speak a lot about a tree now. You heard about the tree in Breakthrough, a kind of positive tree, UGI positive tree about gratitude. So we have this tree in the cafeteria where everybody can put, and I'm sure some of you already put some leaves, just to say thank you. And sometimes a small thank you just make a huge difference in the world. And who designed this tree? Mr. Vince. Can you tell us more, Vince, about your passion beyond the office?
Well, it's actually what I went to school for. I have a, 4-year degree in art with specialties in painting, photography, and illustration.
Wow. And you're working today in Mickey's team, in the office management team here at Valley Forge. So when do you do all of that?
Weekends and evenings.
Nice. Can you tell us more about what we see on the screen?
These are some examples of my illustrations and comics that I do. And that Seagull Wanted poster is one of my more popular things lately. In fact, Maureen who's on my team, bought several of them to give out as Christmas gifts last year.
So we can buy them, Vince.
Yes.
That's good. That's good to know. Do we have the tree somewhere on the slide? I think we have it, just to show everybody the Thanksgiving tree. Do we have it? No. Oh, that's Valley Forge Park over there.
Mm-hmm.
Here we are. Look at this very nice tree was built here. Oh, nice.
I painted it, I guess it was a little over a month ago now. So it was in September.
For those who never came in Valley Forge, this is in our cafeteria. I didn't see that. It's really cool what you did here. And now everybody is putting some posting and some post-it and just putting a lot of gratitude. So, and we'll have a Thanksgiving party next week on Tuesday, Mickey. Do we have any other artists in the room or online? Oh, Kyle, we'll have to share. Oh my God, we want to see that. So here is the deal for next time. Anybody you know who has a passion behind the office that you think would be good to hear about, you tell us, and Kyle, you will share what you're doing with us also. Oh!
But it does sound like painting with a twist might be a good team building activity.
Lots of ideas here. Hey, big applause, Vince. Congrats for that.
Thank you.
And thanks for sharing your passion here.
All right.
Thank you. And thanks for everything you're doing every day for your GI.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Vince. Good. Okay, so we're going to the last section of this town hall. So now we want to speak about AI. What time is it? Okay, we're just perfect in kind of time. So I have time to do a 2-minute introduction. I think we have Kumar online. So Kumar, I will make you speak about what's happening in the AI space at UGI. And then Marguerite and Erin will come to speak to us about benchmark. And then we'll have Bob he will come soon to just conclude everything with us. Okay, so there's one thing I really want to highlight about AI, and this is just my vision here, so, but you'll tell me if it resonates. So it's amazing what is happening in the world today. And, sometimes, and it's the theme of today, when we're so busy, we don't even have time to look around and see what's happening. And sometimes that's what happens in companies. We're so focusing on what we're doing that we don't have time to just step back. The reason why I want to have some space, and we speak about energy, and we spoke in the safety moment about that, it's also because we just can't miss the train. And there's something huge happening in the world. And you like it or not, and I will come back to that, this is happening. And this can help. All of this ad that you see about AI, and I'm sure that you're using it on a personal basis. That's the way I found my car, by the way. Or like, do they have Fiat 500 in the States? Yes, not now, but you can find some old one. Okay, are there some in King of Prussia? Yes. Can you show me a picture? Boom! Okay, I want it. And then he was like, do you want me to help to write the email to the... No, I will call them directly. I want the car. So I'm sure you're using it also for personal reasons, but for business reason, it's so. And I don't know how you feel when you read all of these ads saying, oh, you've got a new trainee who is a kind of robot AI. I was like, oh my God, do I really want that? So that's where I want to go. So my conviction here in AI is if we only invest in robots and machines, I don't know what this world will become. So I think it's as important to invest in technology and AI and robots as in human being. And that's what we're doing at UGI. When we speak about breakthrough and AI, I really feel we have the right balance. Because now that's really how can you, the more we have AI, which can help to do like us to be more efficient, and then the more we have to be human. And that's a great news, actually. But we can lose ourselves here. And we're not competing with the robots. We are the master who will use these robots to be more efficient, to have a better life, and to have more impact. This perspective is so important, and I hope you share the same kind of view here. And that's something that we always have to have in mind. That being said, when you see how AI can help us, and we're all trying to find some time, there's something there. And I don't want us as an HR function to wake up in 2 years saying, oh my God, all of this was happening and we didn't even leverage. And I know you already leverage it, but we want to, this year, to really go big on AI. And it's not only about chatbots. There's a lot of things that we can do, and we'll see that in the benchmark. But I really wanted to dedicate half an hour of this town hall to speak about it. Good. Kumar. So there are a lot of things. So we have a lot of helps from our IT department, and there is a strategy over there. Is Kumar online? Because I know Kumar will tell us where we are. Okay, Kumar.
Hi.
Great. Very happy to have you here, Kumar. Big applause for Kumar. Yeah. So can you tell us more about what is the journey of AI at UGI? Everybody is using Claude as an experimentation, but I know you're going big here with a lot of very interesting things. Can you tell us more?
Sure. Yeah. So those who do not know me, I'm the lead for the UGI when it comes to global data and AI. So I'm your direct contact. Since HI is a global function, anything you need with regards to global data and AI, please come to me. So that being said, I've seen a lot of participation from HR when it comes to AI experimentation, which they are currently doing using Claude Team Plan. So they have come up with a lot of amazing use cases, and there's a lot of traction within HR. Now what we are doing is right as a next phase. Just a couple of weeks ago, we started something called Everyday AI. What does Everyday AI mean? So we are moving away from experimentation. It's been almost a year. Everyone is used to AI, and they are seeing a lot of value when it comes to productivity and efficiency, right? So now we're working on moving those users to a new plan called Claude Enterprise Plan, which comes with higher usage limits, where you get user management, and also it gives you more tailored response, even better than Claude Team Plan. I know Claude Team Plan is good, but Claude Enterprise Plan is next. Amazing. So the process for that is we would like everyone to come with a justification. Why would they like to move to the enterprise plan? How it is helping them when it comes to productivity and efficiency? And that will be shared with their manager. And upon their manager's approval, we will add them to the Claude Enterprise. So the Claude Enterprise comes with just $10 more per user per month. Currently, we're paying $30, whereas Claude Enterprise comes with $40 per user per month. So that's the next step. And we currently started a Claude Enterprise plan with the training team at AmeriGas. We currently have 28 users, and they're finding a lot of use. That's with the Everyday AI, Veronique.
Thank you, Kumar. Can you tell us more what is the difference between the experimentation and how we go now on this next step so we really understand what is there?
So experimentation was basically a given opportunity to all our employees to see what AI can offer, how they can use leverage AI in day-to-day life and in the projects they were working. So now we are beyond experimentation, all right? So we know a lot of people are getting a lot of good use. So if they would continue to use and find a lot of value coming out of it, right? So some of them are actually hitting limits of 5 hours, and also some of them are also getting limits, right? Hitting the limits wherein they cannot upload huge documents. This overcomes those two issues. And also this is like, you can also get to see today, Patrick is the owner. He doesn't get to see the user management features. He doesn't get to see is everyone within the team are using it. Whereas here you get the user management, user administration as well.
Thanks, Kumar. And I really happy to hear that HR is already doing a lot, but we want to do more. Bob just arrived. Bob, we are on AI now, and the whole introduction that we had here is we are very happy to invest on an AI, and Marguerite and Erin will come in a minute to share the benchmark on HR because there's a huge opportunity. But there's one thing that we highlighted here. We have to invest as much in, let me do it again. Because sharing a strong conviction here. It's great to invest in AI and robots, but we have to invest as much as what we do in AI in human being, because otherwise we will lose ourselves. And I was just sharing the great news. What we're doing at UGI is what we're doing with Breakthrough is we invest in human being, and we want to have a right balance, and that's what we're trying to do here. So we'll speak more with you, Bob, at the end of the town hall. Before I will invite, thanks Kumar for sharing all of that, and all of the managers, yes, please, you reach out to Kumar to deep dive, and I will invite Marguerite and Erin to just share the benchmarks of what is happening in the world of AI and HR.
Veronica, before I go, one last thing. I would request all the teams, HR teams, to come up with one breakthrough idea wherein the data and AI can help, and let's please collaborate and bring it back to life.
Love it,
So
Kumar.
please reach
And
out to me.
please stay with us here because you'll hear more about the benchmark and how we want to approach that.
Yeah, I will be. Yeah, thanks.
Hi everyone. But just before I get started, it's the first time that I'm actually going through this town hall from here, being officially located in the US. So I'm so happy to be here with you all, but I'm also very happy to see all of my team members from Europe on the screen. I know how it feels to be on the screen, but I saw all of your smiles. I saw Nathalie. I would like to see you applause a little bit more. You were the right arm of Véronique in France to do some applause round. So I would like to see you more in terms of applauding. But so good to see you all. I hate when we are sharing screens because actually we don't see you on the screen, but I know you're in the back end and I'm very happy to be from here, but to stay connected with you all from these town halls. So now AI. We've been attending with the team a very good conference that was run by Hackett, and they walk us through some very inspiring documentation that we wanted to just share a few of them with you today. Just to get you to get inspired. We are doing already a lot as an HR team on the AI space, but some more inspiration may come to you. So first, how as an HR team will we be impacted by AI if we are not already impacted by AI? First, Hackett highlights 5 forces that are currently reshaping HR organizations. So as Véronique was mentioning, the world is changing so fast, and this on many aspects. But for us as an HR function, 5 factors are tremendously shaping the way we are organized as an HR function, and most likely the way we will have to reorganize ourselves to actually cope with all of these transformations. First one, it's AI. AI automation and adoption. How is that changing the way we work as an HR function and the way we support our organization as an HR team? HR digital technology adoption. We are into that, discussing with Jen's team on which system should we leverage, which system should we add to make sure we keep being as efficient as possible, relying on systems. But then the 3 other factors are not technology driven. It's more the world of work is changing. So how do we make sure we adapt to these new ways of working, and we support the organization facing these new ways of working. Workforce expectations. I'm sure Nick's team doing talent acquisition every day here when they speak with potential talents, new expectations that they may have as they actually are looking for new jobs. This is also something that is changing the way we operate. And then changing perceptions and expectations of HR. So the business is clearly expressing that they have new needs arising towards us as an HR team. How do we support the business from a service provider that we used to be to a much more strategic enabler? So this is also transforming us as an HR function. So all of these 5 factors shouldn't be looked at independently. They're all actually connected. It's a system that is taking place and that will force us to transform ourselves as an organization, an HR organization. Next slide, please. So now, just to the pace at which, so now focusing specifically on AI and how AI is transforming the way we work. I have a question for you to think about the pace at which AI is actually impacting us. Who is today using Claude? Okay, I don't see on the screen. Maybe Patrick, you can mention how many hands raised you have or you see on the screen. Okay, let's say 80% of the team is today using Claude. When do you remember? When was it the first time you heard about Claude in the organization and you've started to use Claude? When was it? Voice up, I don't hear you. So when was it last year?
Before that? Yeah. Honestly, I don't remember. I just know it was last year.
Does it feel like a long time ago? Yeah, so it was only this January. So we started using Claude as an HR organization this January, so not even a year ago. Who is today using Claude? Every single day. So again, 80%.
Mine said good evening to me last night when I logged in. Night work, Erin, is what it said.
So, yeah, think about all of the meeting we are in, people saying, you know, I've been brainstorming with Claude, and this is what Claude recommended. It's a reality. It started not even a year ago. So the pace at which this is entering our organization's world is huge. It took before, as you can see on this slide, decades to actually have a new system, a new tool to get fully onboarded. AI goes at a pace that is just unbelievable. It's not a linear change, it's going to be an exponential one. Okay, so now switching to the last one. And this is again coming from Hackett. Okay, so Kumar didn't mention it, but we know it already because we discuss that every day with you all. We are, as an HR team, already leveraging AI so much. But when you look at all of these activities that AI could take over, to Veronique's point, the game, it's not for AI to take over our job. Veronique did not mention the quote, which she likes, I know, which is AI will take your job to the next level. Okay? So, you were shy or? Yeah, so sorry, but I stole it. So think about all of these use cases. If we were to think or to implement all of these use cases, we could gain 45% of efficiency as an HR team. This is only activities that AI could take over linked to our HR activities. And I'm sure we are already leveraging quite a few of them. So it's not AI for us to go faster. No, it's AI for us to seek new possibilities. With Breakthrough, we hear a lot about new possibilities we want to create. How do we use AI to think about new possibilities? So if I'm telling you 45% of your time you can gain in terms of efficiency, it's not that speaking to everyone. Think about if AI could give you back 5 hours in your week. What would you like to actually use this time for? We hear every day, I don't have time, I'm overwhelmed, I can't do that, I wish I could. So think about if you had 5 hours back in your week, what would you like to use this time for? This is what AI can actually offer you.
Yeah, so thank you, Marguerite, for setting the stage. And I'll go back to the visual that Veronique had earlier. I love the bike. and the race and the connection to the Philly bike race. So that's amazing. Imagine me behind Veronique in like a blue bike, just pedaling behind her. But one of the things that we talked about, so I'll tie this to the goals. So one of the goals was obviously creating a breakthrough organization. And Veronique said this earlier, we have to take a stand to do things differently. Part of this is actually taking a stand that we can recreate our work to create the space to do things differently to support the organization as we move forward. So that's one thing. The second part that I'm excited about, and the team on the US side has started to brainstorm this, is one of Veronique's goals is to set up the project management office and these processes that we will redefine to create more space. And so behind the scenes, we've been doing a lot of work to say what really would make the most impact to the organization or to the HR function to really deliver on those. And we'll talk more about these in the next few weeks, but there's 3 things that we're really focused on. First, Bob, I didn't do this on purpose, but there's a big focus on leave management. So if you think about our leaves and our employees on leaves, one of the things we'll be continue to focus on next year is that. And Jen is leading great work with a new vendor that will be coming in here that is powered by AI. So if you think about all of the employees that are on leave, everyone who touches leave, and so that's if for folks just thinking about if you were to go on short-term disability, long-term disability, FMLA, workers' comp, those are the types of things that we can actually have AI to look at cases faster. So we don't have the HRBP spending more time. They can give clients and customers updates faster on what the leave status is. It removes friction from the system. And then it's not having us do that work, AI generates it. So then we can be more customer facing to say, hey, this is the case, this is what we need to be doing. That's just one example of how AI can create a difference in our day-to-day. The second big one is TA. So there's a lot in the TA space that we can look at: better automation, better AI, chatbots. And I know the whole TA team would love it to see how do you have a recruiter that's on 24/7? And that can just help screen and get through the process a little bit faster, reduce some of the handoffs that we have across the board. So it just makes a frictionless process. And then is the third one that I would say, and it ties back to the survey we've done on the US side now twice. Part of my role and Veronique's role is to make your lives as HR leaders easier to do your day-to-day. And if you think about the survey that we took last, I guess, summer, we have 3 or 4 processes that are just painful for you all to execute against. And so we're really looking at how do you automate those, and then where can AI actually support it? So we actually have more space to do the work that we were talking about earlier: culture, talent, the partnering in different spaces. So that should actually give us more space to deliver on the work that's really going to power this organization as we move forward. So more to come there. A lot of really good work as we think about our goals and how we add value to the company. But just be thinking about AI as a tool that really like supercharges you into the future. So lots of good possibility. It's just really the beginning.
Thank you very much, Erin and Marguerite. And now we will welcome Mr. Bob. Yes, you? Mr. Bob. Can we put the bicycle seat on the screen? Because I didn't show that to Bob. So it's just, yeah.
Is there a video on us up here?
Yeah, we have 70 people online. Yeah. So we've got roughly like 100 people here. But you can say what you want. It's
It's not being recorded, right?
No, look at that. So that's how we just shared the goal today. And I told everybody it's great to have that, but I want a lot of other bikes, because if I'm on my own, I won't be able to do anything, because of course this is the team. So that's what it was referring to. And we spoke about the race. And welcome also Meredith here, and telling the team that Comm and HR are so related that we decided we would do the town hall together. Good. So Bob, it's been 1 year for you.
Yes, it has. I've started my 2nd year.
Yes, indeed. Big applause.
Yeah. I never thought that would be such a big accomplishment, but okay.
We know you love it, and we all love it. So we spoke about that, the impact that we can have and the potential we have at UGI. So we also anchored ourselves in delivering positive energy every day, which is, of course, a very important one. And we spoke about us, what is our role as a HR team here? and how, of course, we need and we want, and we're happy to lead the way. Can you tell us more about, like, after your 1 year, how you see HR and Comm here and part of the success of the company?
Yeah, you should have given me the questions in advance.
No, I didn't.
So, role of HR in the company. So, I think, for UGI, coming off its recent past of underperformance, kind of a challenging culture, lack of development or investment in our workforce, to change the trajectory of the company. And when I joined, the stock had been kind of in free fall because the market could see that from the outside. And you could see that from the outside looking in that something wasn't working right. And so what we've done in my first year here is to start trying to address those things that are impeding performance or not making it kind of the best place to work. And we started early on to figure out kind of what we want to be, and then we actually wrote what we look like in 2030, right? And I think that's hanging in the cafeteria. If anybody wants to know what we look like in 2030, it's hanging on the wall. And so to actually get there, we've got to do a number of things to get our teams to be really high performing. And first and foremost, what we needed to do was just build affinity amongst ourselves. And that comes in different shapes and forms. It's trust, it's communication, it's owning each other's goals, it's interdependence, helping each other, it's teamwork, it's all of those things. So that's the start. If we can't accomplish our 2030 vision if we haven't built that level of affinity in our culture. And that's the starting point. And so what can HR to do to help that? It's talent management, it's development of our employees, it's seeing opportunities for the businesses or the functions that you serve to also provide them with what you're seeing and how can you help them achieve their goals, right? And then they can help you achieve your goals as well. So to me, that's the key thing for HR is to find those opportunities to make everybody around you better. And that whether that's training, coaching, advice, whatever it is, we've got to build that level of affinity, right?
Yeah, we touched a little bit when we spoke about the goals, about the employee experience and the manager experience and how we have a role here to help. So that's really resonate with that.
Yeah, in our 2030 news article about ourselves that we wrote, we recently received an award about being the best employer to work for, right? And so, yeah.
That's breakthrough, an applause on something that we will create, because you remember what we said about breakthrough, what you think you create.
Yeah, exactly. What you think you create. And then it's powerful. You mentioned, I think as Aaron mentioned just a moment ago about, taking a stand. And it really is very powerful when saying, we will be this, right? And we will be the best employer to work for. I know we've got a long way to go before we can, wave that flag, but we've done it. We've done it before, right? All of us have been at other places and we know what works and what doesn't work. And we're going to be the best employer to work for. There's just no alternative to that for us.
Yeah, that's a great stand. And when we see, and I didn't build on that, but when we see how, because we looked at AI and we'll come to AI in a moment, but when we see how fast AI goes, what I can tell you, and I was telling the team, I'm proud of each of you here, and we were mentioning the year-end process and the merit process. But if you look at how quickly we already transformed the culture, look at 1 year ago, how it was and where we are today. And I think everybody can self-reflect on that. It's already a breakthrough in itself. But now you said it, year two together, we planted the seeds, and this is the year to totally break through. And we know that we need some help. We need to work together, but we also can leverage process reengineering, AI. So what's your perspective on that when you saw the slides and the sharing of Margaret and Erin?
Well, I want to say one thing. I'm still stuck on the last question.
Okay, sorry. Let's go back.
So when you think about where we were a year ago, and right now I'm just kind of as I switched my mindset from last fiscal year to the new fiscal year, one of the things that I'm doing is that I'm having one-on-ones with all the board members to get their perspective on what they thought we did well in 2025 and what can we do better in 2026. I appreciate their perspective on all of that. But one of the things that I've heard from several directors is that what they see right now with the BET, the Breakthrough Executive Team or the leadership team, my direct reports, is I've received several comments. This is the first time we've seen a leadership team that is a team. And so we've spent the past year working on for us to be a team, right? And if we're not a team, how can we expect anybody else? And I'm just a strong believer in, and Meredith used these words yesterday and something that we've learned through others, but how important the shadow of the leader is and how we all cast a shadow by what we do, our behaviors. And it's what we do is what organizations will follow. So if we're a bunch of, I was going to say a-holes, but that's not appropriate.
What
But
is that? No, it's not.
If we're not conducting ourselves in the best way, then that just transcends into the organization. So we have to hold ourselves accountable to be the best that we can be as a team, as an individual, and have that cascade through the organization, right? And so when I think about this coming year, that's what we have to do is to cast that shadow on these are the values. And we've looked to redefine when we did what we want to be in 2030. We identified the values that we want to emulate in order to reach that 2030 vision. And you see that posted around the place as well. But we got to believe in
and
that.
this is
and
in
do
the
that.
boardroom, by the way. I don't know if Bob saw it. We just updated the boardroom.
got the
I
new
was
ones.
looking at that with Mickey. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
look at that.
so you
Okay,
can go
okay.
there. You'll see the poetic values and the mission.
Mickey was
and,
on it. Okay.
Yeah, she was on it, and it's done. Yeah, for the
Nice.
board next week.
Yeah. Okay, so sorry, go to the next
No, just
question.
building, and then I'll go to the next question. So what we're doing as a BET, and Bob took a strong stand when he arrived. He was like, you know what? In the same way I can be on my own on the bike, he can be on his own just doing the turnaround. So he has to have a team who has team and teams. So I just encourage all of the managers in the room just to get inspired by that, because this is our job as leaders, and I take it also for myself, just to drive our team. Because if everybody does that, this is when the magic happens.
You asked me something about AI.
Yes, I was going now, but you inspired me, So, okay, so you remember my question?
No, but I'll answer it anyway. I have an answer for it. I don't remember the question, but I have an answer for it. So kind of the operating model that we have, we did our vision of what we want to look like in 2030, and we came up with our 5-year strategy plan, which we reviewed with the board, which was probably the best board meeting we had in 2025. And now to achieve that, to me, there's two key enablers. One of it is forward-looking, the other one is kind of backward-looking. That makes it come to reality. And I believe in a decentralized thinking model. And I always compare it to the octopus because I'm like fascinated by octopus, where they have 8 brains and a centralized brain, and they can move independently. And if I think of what I want this organization to be like, it's kind of the octopus. And anybody who saw the documentary, My Octopus Teacher, you kind of really can understand that because it's like the coolest thing ever. But what I like in each of the businesses and the functions is your own little project management office, your own little PMO, where the leadership of the different organizations, whether it's function or business, identifying where are opportunities to make this better. And then through a structured approach, and we have some people on the outside that I've worked with for 20 some years. Meredith knows them because they were with us back in our days, in the early days of restructuring NRG, which now is like a Fortune 50 company, but it set the framework for success for them. But some of you may have worked with Alliant already and some of the folks there, but they can help that PMO bringing that structure thinking. I know Aaron knows Joy worked with Oh, Kara, okay. Oh, so I still feel like I'm doing a commercial now. But they can help those PMOs with what are the opportunities out there, and let's bring our strategic thrust and our employees to get all in to go get that. I'm a big believer that part-time on pursuing improvements, you just never get there. So you have to have the PMO, the discipline, the structure that drives new thinking, new ideas. Whether that turns out to be AI or something different, I'm agnostic, but I want to be better, right? We have to drive performance improvement any way we can, which means efficiency, opportunity, means new skill sets for the organization. It's things that employees really should embrace because you're going to learn really important skill sets on how do you drive performance, how do you effectuate change, what are the dynamics that make it successful or make it fail. The other side of that is kind of the KPIs, like how do you know you're actually achieving what you want to achieve? So you need to measure that as well. So when I think about whether it's AI or anything else, for 2026, I'd love to see the trajectory continue, forward-thinking, new ideas, and the skill sets actually to implement them and bring them to light as fast as possible. Because like Marguerite said, the worst excuse you can ever say is, I don't have time. Because if you always say you don't have time, well, then you'll never have time, you're never going to change, and it's going to, the place, it'll, I don't want to work at that place. I want to work at the place that drives new idea, new performance, new records. I mean, we're coming off 2025 financially is the best year the company has ever had. Right? So that's a great launch.
Yeah. Great achievement.
And right now, we have the opportunity, when you look as we go through 2030, is just to build on all of that success. And it's going to happen by driving change, driving new ideas, and it's the toolkit and the skill sets to actually bring that to life. And that's not necessarily an easy thing. And that's why you have those mini PMOs around the organization, around the functions, around the business units, because there you're going to have coaches, methodology, you're going to learn new skills, and you're going to have success. You're going to have stage gate reviews, you're going to have timetables. Who's on my project team, right? Because you can't do it by yourself. And this is where we want to build kind of the interdependence in the organization, where maybe you need somebody from a business unit to work with you to accomplish that particular goal. So we need to get somebody there to work with you on that, right? So that's how we're going to effectuate change. And I'm totally open to whatever those solutions are to make us better. I'm sure AI will be in the mix. It's been in the mix in the prior year. But I want the organization, what are we known for? We're known for finding better ways, right?
Yeah, new ways of working. And year two is really, and it's not only for HR, by the way, is everybody, and I'm speaking also to all of the HR business partners supporting our business units. We have also a role as HR to make sure that that happens in the business units, the PMO, the structure. And by the way, we're working with Margaret and the team to make sure we can train also everybody, but we don't want to train without any concrete projects. So we are just working on that.
I have another answer for your
Okay,
next question.
okay.
So I see a different company today than I saw when I showed up a year ago, right? I see, and I think about, the people in this room and on the screen in HR. I see engagement. I see, and maybe I'm delusional, but
No,
I
you're
see
not.
people that are happier, or at least they see a difference coming. They see change, right? And maybe there's still skepticism out there and the like. But I do, I want 2030 just to be known as the best place to work for. And I think of my time at running Dynegy, which again, we get there. I went there as the first on the board because the existing board had quit, and then the existing leadership team had quit, and go there to take it into bankruptcy. By the time that I left there, we were known as one of the best companies in Texas to work for. And I want the same thing here. I want when you think about the markets that we're in whether it's overseas, whether it's Philadelphia, whether it's Cleveland or wherever, I'd love to get the recognition that we're one of the best companies to work for. And to do that, we have to do all the things that, HR's forefront on performance, competitive compensation, benefits, talent management, talent development, opportunity, right?
Yeah, we're definitely part of the story and having a big part here. And it's very exciting when you think about it.
Yeah. Did I answer your next question?
You did. You see how we. So that's called affinity, like that's
Yeah.
what we're building at the BT. You don't even have to ask question. He knows what I will ask.
Yeah.
But no, I think we spoke about it because we spoke a lot about I don't have time. So we have to think differently here, and we spoke about okay, now we have to stand for it, to dream about it, stand for it, and make it happen. And the whole PMO and process reengineering is make it happen. So and that's what we will definitely do. I know we're going to the end here. We spoke last time when you arrived. That was so 10 years ago. It feels. You spoke about cycling. We had Meredith speaking about her passion here earlier today, and we spoke about the race here. So everybody knows about what's happening in August, and everybody was so. And one of the questions was, can we be part of the volunteers? So I think that will go a long way. Do you want to finish on that? And
Can we be part of what?
as employees, can we volunteer to really be there?
So we're at the beginning of the planning of that. So, I think with Meredith and Jess and others in AmeriGas, that we'll work through that. But yeah, we'll be a big part. And for those of you who remember Mayor Nutter, who was here the other day, just an amazing guy. And he's part and parcel of all of this. And his wife is a competitive cyclist, and he was the one who brought it to Philadelphia and maintained it in Philadelphia until he came out of office. But they've put together just some really talented people on their side to organize this, and they're very conscientious and very thoughtful for making sure that we get the level of involvement that we want as the title sponsor. So we want to make this a great event for our employees. We want to make it a great event for Philadelphia. We want to get the media coverage to be as much nationally and even internationally. I think particularly the Europeans appreciate cycling more than they do in the U.S. And we're going to have there's professional teams that are in it. Prize money is equal between the men and the women.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, a very,
Yeah.
yeah,
And we have a lot of women also in HR. So
yeah. A good friend of mine is a former Olympic cyclist who she actually raced in the past events, and she actually won the Queen of the Mountain, which is for the Manayunk Wall, and they have to go up it 14 times, but her times up the Manayunk Wall were the fastest in the event. And
Queen
she
of
still
the
has
Mountain.
the crown, and she says that she wants me to wear the crown, but I'm going to deny that. But it'll be a great event for the city. We want to make it family oriented. We want to make it safe. We want employee involvement and all the ways that we can plaster UGI AmeriGas over banners, rest areas, visual areas, spectator areas. So we'll get a lot of visibility. And I guess, when we had the press conference, and Meredith, you have to remind me, I think the value of the exposure we got that one morning was about $800,000 or so, kind of value equivalent. All of the news media coverage around the globe was 100% positive. There wasn't anything negative. And certainly when we did the announcement at City Hall, it was packed. So.
great. So there are a lot of great things happening in 2026 because we were launching the fiscal year here. We'll have to close now. Coming to
I'll
the
say
end.
one other thing for
you-
Sam, just a comment about Tracy Brand for a moment. She's been involved in the Urban Affairs Coalition for years. And UGI was one of the founding partners of the Urban Affairs Coalition in Philadelphia that I guess got put in place during COVID to help the city, to help the residents of the city. And Tracy is on the board of the Urban Affairs Coalition, and we just kind of reestablished our connection. Tracy has been our continuity. And the big Urban Affairs Coalition breakfast recognition, including recognition of UGI, is this Friday. So again, it's more visibility for UGI and being involved in our community. And I would hope around the globe we have that type of involvement to get back in the game. And we just can't be so inwardly looking. We have to make sure that we're part of the communities in which we operate.
Yeah, it's going back to delivering positive energy, of course, inside the company, but at the end of the day, we're serving communities. So that's everywhere, and that's what we're doing. So it's very exciting. It's something that I feel something like speaking about, like we're back. There's something about, hey, be ready, guys, we're back.
Yeah, that's right.
Good. Thank you so much, Bob, for joining here. Really appreciate your time. And thanks to everybody. And we'll have a next town hall for the next quarter. Bye, everybody over there. Bye. Thank you, Bob.